Okay, and we are recording. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my webinar on surviving a global crisis. So my name is Lynn Gabriel, and I'm a little bit of a serial entrepreneur. So I'm going to give you some ideas of how I survived during the global downturn in revenues. So I am a small business owner. So I have lots of experience there. And yeah, I'm going to share my screen and I'll just get started. So I'm going to share my screen and we will get started here. All my lovely things coming up here. Here we go. Okay, so right now we are just sort of coming out of a global crisis. Many places are still very much in a global crisis, and things are not looking good for them. Like many places in the US are having to lock down again. Fortunately, here in Ontario, Canada, we are coming out of it slowly because our government is being very careful to make sure that we aren't harmed any further by all this stuff going on. And a little bit about myself. I've been in the beauty business for well over 30 years. And about 5 years ago, I decided that I had had enough of trading time for money. So I decided to open my own business. So I am now a freelance hairstylist. I have a salon in my house and I set my own hours. I do the clients that I want to see. I work when I want. But over the last 3 months, that dried up. So how did I keep this going? How did I keep my wealth going? How did I not lose my house? How did I not lose my sanity? Well, the reason why I didn't is because I had a few other irons in the fire. So this is what happened to small business over the last 3 months in Toronto. And unfortunately, some businesses like restaurants and clothing stores are still going through this, and they're not going to come out of it for a long time. And a lot of big retailers are permanently closing their bricks and mortar stores. So you're going to see a big uptrend of online sales and things of that nature. So that being said, I also have two other businesses, both of which are internet based and give me residual sales. So, and what are residual or passive sales? Those are sales that you make one time and they continue to make you money while you're sleeping, right? So every time somebody needs something, they just go and order it, and I get a commission off that with very little effort. So you make the effort one time and you get paid on it many, many times. So these are the three types of income. So an, an M1 income is when you have a job working for someone else, like I did for many, many years. And basically what you're doing is you're trading time for money. And you don't really have any say over when you can take vacations. You can't really get any higher than a certain place. And that's what had happened with me. I had actually hit the top of my company and I was getting frustrated because I wasn't allowed to grow anymore. And I was still passionate about hairdressing and still wanted to do photo shoots and stuff of that nature. But because I had a boss, I wasn't able to do that because she was getting threatened by me, and it just wasn't going well because I had hit the top of the company and I couldn't break through that glass ceiling. So what I did was I basically just quit my job, and then I became like a sole entrepreneur. So I don't have any people working for me. I do everything on my own, and it's very freeing because I don't have to worry about anybody else in the matter of making sure that they are getting paid at the same time. So it doesn't take money out of my pocket to take care of somebody else. So that works for me. Other people would probably like to do it a little different way, and I'll get into that a bit later. And then we have M2 investing, which is investing like stocks, TFSAs, real estate, um, investments. But all of those, you need money to get started. You can't just all of a sudden say, well, here we are. This is what we're going to do, and we're going to start this with $500. You can't really do that. You need money to start, right? And the third one is the M3. And at that point, you're leveraging your time by creating multiple streams of income, right? And those are usually have low startup fees and create some passive income. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm doing all of these actually. So I have my feet in all of these different types of income, which is how I was able to stay afloat, right? And it really saved me through this economic downturn. So one of the ways, well, actually, two of my businesses are network marketing. And why network marketing? Well, first of all, it's part-time, anytime. Again, I do my own, I build from anywhere. I do my mobile and virtual low startup fees, usually anywhere from $500 to $200. And well, seems like I got two things mixed up there. So it built from anywhere, and your number three is the low startup cost, usually $500 to $2,000. You own your own business, but the host company does all the heavy lifting, like legal, product development, customer service, banking, branding, etc. Number five, your business partners want you to succeed, which is quite foreign to me coming from a very competitive world of hairstyling where everybody is out for themselves. And number six, lots of tax deductions that you can write off. And the main thing about having a business is you want to keep the money you earn. And most business people that have their own businesses and entrepreneurs keep about 85 to 90% of all of their revenue through all of these tax deductions, right? And you're earning while you learn. You earn while you learn, somewhere between 500 to 5,000 per month. And you create a team which could increase your monthly income to about 200 times of what you would make working for someone else. Sorry, I'm getting hot and sweaty here. I got my little, okay, and then we'll look at some of the simple facts about network marketing. Number one, it's legal. The main objective is selling viable products or services at a market-driven price. Potential incomes can't be promised. Like I can't say to somebody, oh, if you join my team, you're going to make $5,000 a week. We're not allowed to say anything like that. Distributors are not paid for recruiting others. Income has to come entirely from product sales. And number two is most companies fail, some succeed. Right now, there's an estimated 1,000 operating network marketing companies, and only about 200 of those are members of the Direct Sales Association. So that's one of the things you look for. And number three, most distributors give up long before they could have succeeded. You need determination and perseverance to get to the top. And you also need time. None of this happens overnight. Some people are extremely driven and put in huge amounts of work and make it very quickly. Now, that's not the average person. Most people are doing this in their spare time alongside either a job or another business that they have. And number four, network marketing is a major player in the global economy. It's 183 billion worth of goods and services sold each year. And number five, it works. So that's the main thing. And here's some of the guys. So the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. And that's the mindset of the 1%. So try and think about that. I like my turtle here, try and stop me. He kind of he kind of makes you think about you have to put the time in, and it's going to take you a long time sometimes to get where you're going to go. But here's just some of the guys. Richard Branson, he's a tremendous believer in network marketing. Tony Robbins is all over it. Jim Rohn was a brilliant man. Bob Proctor, he says, what you sow, you reap. And Robert Kiyosaki, he's written tons of books. Warren Buffett. He said it's the best investment Berkshire Hathaway ever made. So that tells you something from a billionaire. He's
Mm,
touting all this stuff. And here we go. 96% of the world's wealth is earned by 1%.
that's crazy.
It is crazy. And here we go. It's like, so why should we have multiple streams of income? It's like, well, if one dries up, you still have the other sources of income coming in. So if your M1 earning job and your income flatlines, you still have income coming in. You have less risk and more control. So you have less financial risk because not everything is going to tank at the same time. Some things will take off, others will slow down, but there's always something coming in. And the nature of work is changing due to technology, globalization, AI intelligence. A lot of people are going to be out of jobs just because of AI intelligence. They're going to have robots doing their jobs. And robots don't need pay raises or anything like that. So that's one of the main things why people have to start thinking outside the box and wake up and start, embracing different ways to make money. And it keeps you protected during a downturn. You're more protected with your health. Like if you need to take time off and you have, say, a network marketing company, then your team is still working even though you may be ill. So money is still coming in, it's still rolling into your accounts. And there's, again, the tech innovation, job losses, there's all different kinds of things. So it just really saves you from a lot of these things. And okay, this is by a book by Robert Kiyosaki, The Cash Flow Quadrant. And these are the four types of quadrant, like, jobs that he talks about. So you could be an employee, which means you have no power and someone else calls the shots. So that's where most people are. That's where the most people are, like the 96%, that's where they are. And then we have the self-employed. It's great because you're your own boss, but it's also really bad sometimes because you have no time off. So if you're like in something where like sales and you have to like send things out to people, you're always working. I have a friend of mine, God love her, she makes the best like bath salts and stuff, but the woman is exhausted. And I keep saying to her, you should just join a network marketing company because then all this stuff is done for you. It's like all the manufacturing's done, the shipping's done, the back end is done. You don't have to worry about any of that. But that's her passion. So I leave people alone. I let people make their own decisions. So, and then number three is a business owner. So then they hire others to do the work, which gives them more time freedom. A lot of people also do that. And then we have the investor income, which is passive income, which is like stocks and bonds, which generates money without a lot of effort. Property rental, stocks, but the downside is you need actual cash to start that up. I kind of touched on that a little earlier. And so, how do I do this? Well, number one is once you say that you're going to start, like, say, a network marketing company, the first thing you have to do is you have to work hard. No one said this is easy. It's not a magic pill. It's like not going to take a pill and boom, you're a millionaire. It just doesn't. It doesn't work like that. And you have to be intentional. Like, I mean, if you hate makeup and skincare, don't join a makeup and skincare one. If you're passionate about money, like do something with like money. You have to pick your passion. So if you're passionate about something, it's something that you're actually going to give the time to it to let it grow. Excuse me. And you have to be patient because these things take time and effort. Excuse me one second. I need a little sip of water. I'm talking too much. And this is my last one. Is your first step towards success is taken when you refuse to be a captive of the environment in which you must first find yourself. So I found myself not liking where I was working. I actually hated going to work. It was like awful. So I decided, and it was the biggest step of my life, but it was the best step of my life. And with that, I'm going to stop sharing. Oh, and I froze up. And I'm going to introduce my friend Ellie. Ellie's in his car joining us, and he's going to tell us a little bit about mindset or whatever he wants to tell us. Sorry. Ellie, you're muted. There you go.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Good to see everybody. Sorry I was a bit late, but I jumped on just in time to hear Lynn explain everything. She did a great job, so big what's up. Thank
Yay!
you. But some of the things that I want to touch on that she kind of shared with you. Number one, you guys were surprised to hear that 95% of the wealth is controlled by 1% of the world, right? That's a little shocking, isn't it? Would you say that's fair?
Of course not.
No.
Hold on. Why not?
Because there's such a wide disparity there. It can't be real.
Fair enough. I agree with that. Now, here's the more shocking news. Since 95% of the wealth is controlled by 1% of the world, that means the remaining 5% of the wealth in the world is divided to 99% of the population. How's that for a shocker?
Yeah.
Think
Yeah,
about it.
that's pretty shocking.
You got
Yeah.
you got 99% of 8 billion people sharing only 5% of the wealth in the world, because the other 1% are holding on to the 95% of it. So you're right when you think it's unfair, but let me explain something else to you. Money is simply a reward for service rendered. What does that mean? It means you can only earn money if you bring something of value to the market. And the market being the world, the market being the human beings, right? So, and it's not just human beings, because if you're selling pet food and you're bringing value by bringing to the market food for pets and animals, you will be greatly rewarded as well. So money is a reward for service rendered. If Lynn cuts 100 hairs, she'll be rewarded X amount of dollars. If she cuts 1,000 hairs, she'll be rewarded a heck of a lot more than a few dollars. Would you agree on that part?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's making sense so far?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. There is a saying, and it's actually a definition. There's a law called the law of compensation. The law of compensation is a universal law. So it's not something that I made up or someone else made up, told me about it, now I'm telling you about it. It's an actual universal law. And what it says is the amount of money that you earn is directly related to three things: the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the ease in which there is in replacing you. So now, whatever it is you ladies do for a living or have done for a living up to now, would you say there's a need for it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Did you have anything to do with creating that need, or that need was just simply there and you figured out you can help it?
It was there.
Right. So you didn't have to worry about number one. Number one's always taken care of by the universe. Number one makes sure that there's a need for everything. Now, number two is your ability to fill that need, your ability to do it. And the best part is, if you work on number two and you become really, really good at doing it and filling it, you're going to be hard to replace. You're going to become hard to replace.
Excuse me a second. I'm a little worried. Are you driving, or is somebody driving you?
No, but I'm not on hands. I'm hands free.
Okay. I just don't want you to have an accident.
No, are you crazy? Driving first, that's the most important.
Yeah.
I got a life to live. So here's the thing, ladies. The reason why I'm telling you all this information, and I know it might be a lot, but I'm trying to explain the simple formula. If you guys want to think of another alternative for a need that is there, then your ability to fill that need through doing something like what Lynn is presenting to you, and if you become quite good at it, which is not that difficult to do, and we can show you the way to make it easier to fulfill that need, to be better than the competition, and to become really good at fulfilling the need for that product that you guys are going to be bringing. And guess what? You're going to become hard to replace. And when you're hard to replace, your stock goes up. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It does make sense, but on the other hand,
So now, let me ask you this. Are you really good at filling the need for what it is that you do currently?
he
I am.
said, for
Awesome.
instance, so I was waiting for
How
him
much
to.
room is there? How much grow in what you do and the need that you fill? Is there a lot of room? Like you can have whatever amount you decide you want just by simply putting more value to the market, just giving of yourself more? Can you actually earn, infinite amount of money? Or is it kind of limited? Because the business that Lynn was telling you about is infinite. And that's because every time you bring on a friend, a relative, an acquaintance, or a dear loved one, wanting to help them so they can get a financial freedom, you're building more value to fulfill the need. And if you build a team under you, you can start earning from every source of income. That is how the M3 strategy works, which Lynn was telling you guys about. M1 is what you guys have been programmed by school, by your family, your relatives, your great-grandparents, whoever programmed you to believe that you need to work in order to earn money is an M1 type of thinking. Because I can prove to you that you don't need to work to earn money. Because there's ways to do that. Now, in the business that Lynn was telling you about, there's definitely ways to earn money without doing necessarily the same amount of work. You can earn much more than you yourself are doing, because every member you bring under you and help them become better, they become a source of income to you. They're selling for you and for them. And that's why the structure works, because it's very fair. The more you put into it, the more you get out of it. If you're going to sit around and do nothing with it and not even pick up the phone and call 3, 4, 5 friends and say, hey, guys, you know how Corona made it a little hard for you to earn money? Hey, guys, you know how Corona kind of screwed you up and left you without work for a little bit? And hey, guys, you know how it kind of sucked that the government gave so little to help us out? So I found something and I can help you cure all that. And they're going to say, what did you find? And you're going to say, I found another way. And that will get you on a call with the next person who you are actually going to help make a better life. That's why this business works. That's why it is absolutely fair in every way that 95% of the world's wealth is earned by 1% of the world population, because only 1% of the population think the way I just explained to you, know a little different than the simple ignorance that they received from school and historic upbringing, and they do the work that the other 98%, 99% don't do. So they deserve to earn the money that the others don't earn. So you can choose to change your life completely, and you can be in total control of your health, of your wealth, and your happiness. that make sense?
It does.
You can't argue with the truth, because what I'm saying didn't come from me. I'm simply sharing information I've been blessed to learn over a career, lifelong journey of studying and learning and growing and understanding how the mind works, why the body works the way it does, why at the age of 50 I can spin circles around a 20-year-old and look better than them. There's a reason for all that. It's because this is programmed in a different way now as I learn, as I grow. You guys will learn a lot if you decide to do this, because it's an amazing way to earn money by multiplying yourself. Imagine if you find 5 friends that you can sell to, and you're not selling to them. You're not taking advantage of them. You're selling them quality products that are going to help their life. If you don't give it to them, their life is not going to get better. Wouldn't you want to better your friend's life, or your loved one, or your relative, or your own? Wouldn't you want to put healthy, nutritious stuff in your mouth? Put healthy stuff on your skin instead of that crap that they sell in the store for a discounted price? Right? Think about it. You're going to make yourself better. You're going to help others become better. The others are going to love you for it, and they're going to bring on other people to tell them how amazing you were by making them better, while you're making yourself better. I mean, Jesus, that's a formula I can't argue with.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
So give it some thought, because the investment to join is nothing. It's nothing. I invested hundreds of thousands of times more than what this requires, and yet you're allowed to start tomorrow doing everything that I just talked about. But first and foremost, decide what you want. Don't be joining it because some guy got on and told you some information. Sign up because you believe in the person that's bringing it to you, because Lynn will be there to hold your hand through the process, and I will from time to time be glad to work with you guys and share more enlightenment with you. Okay? And on top of that, she's going to help you figure out how to properly build a team. And it's not just Lynn. You get Lynn's mentor, you get their mentor, you get me included. Like, think about it. That's value you can't pay for, I promise you. It's going to take you a lot of sales to start paying for that kind of value, right? But you receive it automatically with a minor investment, like literally a nothing investment, okay? Just, don't buy whatever it is that you're indulging in a couple of times and you got the money you need. So, but yet the potential to earn money is infinite, because every friend you help, every loved one you touch, every relative you help out will become a fan and supporter to your business.
Exactly.
Sounds good, Lynn. Maybe you should sign me up.
Yeah, this is where the part where Lynn is going to sign both of you up, because I just don't see a reason not to. What's the worst that'll happen? You'll buy some products, you'll try them out, you won't like them, and you won't share them. What's the best that'll happen? You try some products out, they work, they make you feel better, and you start sharing it. And those who share always win.
That's right. Servant leaders, right?
You guys can become #1 leaders, you just don't know it yet. There's nothing inside each one of me, you, or Lynn that makes you different from the top person she showed you on the slide. That person should be your face on the slide next time. Because there's nothing inside of you that's different. Your mind works exactly the same as the person who's making the top tier. The problem is that person is actually doing something very different than working in a job that's got limited hours, limited pay, and limited lifestyle. So that person deserves to be on the slide that Lynn is sharing. But he's not any different, not any special, not gifted in any way whatsoever, just simply thinking in a different way. That's
Great.
all it is.
Yeah.
Change your thoughts. And so there's a couple of interesting quotes. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, right? Change your thoughts, you'll change your behaviors, which will change your actions, which will automatically start changing your results. That is a promise.
And that's right. It actually does work, because if you change what
100%
you're,
it works.
yeah,
We've proven it over and over, hundreds of thousands of times in the world. We've touched people with information that I'm sharing with you today, with structured programs where we work with clients for 6 months. We help them figure out what's the pain point in their life. Are you not happy maybe with the body you live in? Because I can definitely help you out with that. Are you not happy with the life and relationships in your life? Maybe there's not as many friends as you'd like. Maybe there's not as many clients as you'd like. Maybe there's not as many people to connect with as you'd like. You can change all that. And if there's not enough money in your life, simply start growing your relationships, and that alone will make you a multimillionaire. Multimillionaires are multimillionaires because they help a lot of people. They sell a lot of product to a lot of people, and they have many friends, and they help a lot of people around the world do the same. Like, think about it. The cream that you sell to me tonight went through someone's hand and created work for that person to make that cream. Then it helped the truck driver who drove the package to deliver it to a warehouse, and he brought home food. Then the warehouse worker who sorted it out, he brought home food, or she did. Then they got it to your doorstep, so now the delivery guy made some money. Now you were able to use the product or sell the product to somebody else who used it, and you were able to bring money to the table. Isn't that an amazing, fair formula that works every time?
I think so.
You said, can you just repeat what you said about changing your thoughts and ending with changing your actions? There were 4 things that you changed.
You like that one, huh?
Yeah, I do. I'm trying to write it down.
Lynn, she's talking about the stick person now.
Mm-hmm.
All right? You
About
like
the
that
what?
one. Okay, so here's how it is. You have a conscious mind, right? You have what's considered a subconscious mind.
I have all that.
Subconscious mind.
I just wanted the 4 things. That's all.
Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it is. So if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you change your thoughts will change your feelings, which will change your behaviors, which will change your actions, which automatically will change your results.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love sharing this information because I simply saw the results of it many times over, including in my own life. And I don't like it when people feel like they don't have an alternative or they don't have a better way. There's always a better way to do anything you do.
Mm-hmm.
There's even a better way to breathe than you breathe, as silly as that sounds.
Oh, absolutely. Because some people don't breathe properly at all.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you spend more time deep breathing, things inside your body will start to regulate. They'll start to work properly. They'll start to function in the way they were meant to function, which means your body is going to start doing things that it never did before. And that's the action that you need to move in. You got to pick up the phone and dial. You don't have to lift bricks for a living. You don't have to stand on the side of the road drilling the ground. You don't have to stand all day behind a cash register looking at people as they pick their noses and touch the products, and then you have to cash them out. You don't got to do any of that.
Yeah.
You just got to grab a phone, look at the contacts in your phone, and say, who do I want to help today?
Yeah.
And then start dialing. Hey, I found this incredible thing. I was on this call yesterday. It blew my mind away. Like, I couldn't believe it. So I ended up finding an alternative to what I was doing, and it helped me free my life. And the products that I have now, that I use now, help me every single day of my life. Do you want to know more about what I found?
Yeah. Sounds
Let's
pretty
get on a
good.
call. I'll tell you more about it.
No.
See how easy that is? That's a 5-minute call. You do that 5 times a day, within a month, you're going to have 1,500 people you touched. Think about it.
No, I know. It's just getting people to do the phone thing. People get scared.
They just answer.
Yeah.
And you're not trying to sell them anything. That's the key. Don't be selling them nothing. You're simply trying to help them figure out a different approach. And you found a different approach. You just simply want to tell them about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not selling you anything. I don't have anything to sell you. I'm just telling you that you can do things a little bit different, and then things should change.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And Lynn's there to show you how to do it. So it's not like you have to sit there and figure it all out. Jesus Christ. Right? There's nothing to think about. It's done for you. The company made the website. The delivery guy delivers the products. I mean, you don't have to do anything. Just dial and tell people about it and be excited about it.
Yeah, that was great.
Very nice. Very good.
Yeah, so thanks so much for coming on, Ellie.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah.
Ladies, you've made a great decision. You're in good hands. You should listen to what Lynn is sharing, then decide if it's for you. But again, if you guys are going to decide that it's for you because of what you want, give it some effort, man. Make it work. Listen to what Lynn has to do, because the whole idea is to help as many people as you can. Leave every person you come in contact with the impression of increase. Make their life better in some way. That's it. And the rest will be taken care of by the universe.
Yeah, that's good. I'm going to stop sharing.
Have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much, Ellie.
Talk about it later.
I'm going to stop share.
We'll see you later.